Round number 10 begins for Juan Diaz and Paulie Malignaggi. No knockdowns in the fight. Let's check in with our unofficial ringside scorer, Harold Letterman.
Okay, Bob. 87, 84, 6 rounds to 3, Paulie Malignaggi. Bob, I really understand now why he wanted a big ring. I mean, this guy is the essence of ring generalship. It's about Paulie Malignaggi. He uses that big ring beautifully to keep Juan Diaz at a distance where Juan Diaz can't get inside and score with those hard shots. Paulie stays on the outside. He throws that up jab. You know, every so often he throws a combination, drops the right hand on him, and is totally outboxing him. Juan Diaz got inside nicely to win rounds 8 and 9 with hard shots. But basically, it's Malignaggi using that big ring. 6 to 3, Paulie Malignaggi.
And I asked Diaz about that ring. Does it affect him? He says he trains in a big ring all the time, so he's used to a 20-foot ring.
You can tell the way a fight's going, and I actually thought Malignaggi won the last round. Although there were a couple rounds earlier that I gave to Malignaggi, I could understand someone giving to Diaz, so I have it pretty wide for Malignaggi at this point. But you listen to what the corners say in between rounds. In Diaz's corner after the last round, it was you have to get inside. Malignaggi's corner, it was keep doing that. Earlier, when Malignaggi let Diaz back into the fight, it seemed, Diaz's corner was like more of that, and Malignaggi's corner was saying stuff like, get back on your toes.
And Malignaggi has controlled the action, as Harold pointed out, and we've all kind of pointed out. He's used that ring, he's turned away from a lot of the punches, and Diaz never really able to get consistent workflow going.
And with scoring controversies, it's not an issue that it's a competitive fight and one guy has a wide scorecard in what seems like an evenly matched fight. The controversy comes where you have...
Counting that a knockdown.
No, I didn't understand that one unless his glove touched the ground.
I don't believe it did.
Even so, it seemed like a slip in the middle of the ring on the Tecate sign.
Well, if you get hit and you're off balance, I've never seen that before, where a referee gives you an 8 count because you've slipped or your balance is off.
And there's no standing 8 count. In the rules, there's no standing 8 count, so unless that glove hit the ground, I don't believe his glove did touch the ground.
Well, if his glove hit the ground, he's supposed to wipe it off first, so it didn't touch the ground.
So it's been ruled a knockdown here at the end of round number 10. I mean, it looked like the glove may have touched, but it was from a punch that was from behind the head.
Yeah, it was a cuff. He got pulled down. Diaz should not have been ruled a knockdown, obviously.
And you know, sometimes when Malignaggi throws that wide right hand, he slips to that side, so it gives him a get out when he throws that right hand.
But incidentally, about that, because it was scored a knockdown and Malignaggi appeared to have won the round, you just saw Harold's card, 10-8. You're compelled to give him the extra point. But controversial scoring, getting back to that theme for a moment, arises when there are definitive rounds that fighter A wins, and yet fighter B is awarded those rounds anyway. When you can point to specific rounds, you know one guy won, but they gave it to the other guy.
Left hand by Diaz.
We saw that last week in the Sergio Martinez-Paul Williams fight.
Diaz with a double left.
Diaz should be throwing that double left hook for sure.
Paulie's looking over at us saying, I blocked it. Just worry about the fight.
Right, we know you blocked it, Paulie, but you don't get points. It's not like you hit Diaz.
And it's not as if the first one didn't land.
Right,
the second one was blocked.
We've seen them both block and slip punches tonight. We've also seen them both land. Here at ringside, it seems we've seen Malignaggi land more, but everyone may not feel that way.
Chant of Diaz again as the Diaz fans trying to rally Juan Diaz. Diaz steps in with a right hand that snaps back the head of Malignaggi.
You know, with Malignaggi's long hair, too, when he gets hit, I don't necessarily think Diaz is hitting him any harder than he's hitting Diaz, but the sweat flies. And it looks good. It looks like a bigger punch.
Malignaggi ducks away from danger there as Diaz tries to apply the pressure. Both exchange stiff jabs.
Talking to us ringside is also a way of Malignaggi showing, look, I'm able to do something because I'm so in control of the fight I really shouldn't be able to do. I can take my attention off of Diaz. That doesn't score you any points either.
Then that big wide hook from Diaz as Malignaggi picks off most of it.
If you look at Paulie Malignaggi's hairdo, he's got Paulie in the back.
According to Copy Box, Malignaggi has landed 32 more punches than Diaz. He's been busier. We'll see how it unfolds in round 12. Lennox for Diaz, who's never recorded a knockout past the 9th round. How does he seize control of this last round?
He's got to let it all hang out this last 3 minutes or 2.5 minutes right now. Find some way of trying to get to Malignaggi without running in and getting caught with punches himself.
You know, that controversial cuff behind the head ruled a knockdown could be a huge factor in these cards, which could be closer to maybe we see it.
You know, there should be a remedy for that.
Yeah, replay.
Yeah. But maybe... The sport is already too subjective. You like objective scoring criterion, but maybe that should go into the rules as a subjective score. In other words, if a guy gets credited with a knockdown, but you can clearly see it wasn't, as a judge, maybe you shouldn't be forced to give him the extra point.
Referee warning Paulie Malignaggi with his elbow. He's been using his elbow a little bit, so the referee thinks. I haven't seen too much of it.
A couple times, but I've seen both guys do it with short crosses inside where the elbows come in.
Sometimes it's a defensive move. You're trying to get your hand up and your elbow comes up to try and block the other guy's punch.
Well, Diaz doing some good work here.
So much for all the boxing that Malignaggi was supposed to do. He's in Diaz's wheelhouse.
And Diaz is winning the round.
Doubles the left hand. Malignaggi blocked it. Right scored by Diaz. Malignaggi tries to come back with an uppercut inside. 1 minute to go.
Oh, I understand what Malignaggi's doing with that elbow now. What he's doing is trying to push off Diaz, and he's using the elbow, but sometimes it can be judged as a punch.
Malignaggi counters with the left after Diaz scored to the body.
This is shaping up as a 7-5, 8-4 type fight for Malignaggi with the unfortunate extra point. See how the judges have to say.
Good round 12 for Diaz. Great end, fun fight. Now the real drama begins. Judges scoring.